Welcome to today's strength and mobility session with me, Dan. I'm a personal trainer and corrective exercise specialist and calisthenics coach, and I'm going to take you through a full body routine for joints and strength. So we're going to start with capsular cars for the shoulder. Bring your elbows up to shoulder height and elbows at 90 degrees. Then we're going to rotate the shoulders down towards the floor and then back into external rotation. Keep the elbows at shoulder height, rotate as far down towards the floor without elevating your shoulder blades as possible. Bring them back, rotate backwards, keep your shoulders in position. We're just trying to work that shoulder capsule. It gets stiff and stuck during the day, so we're trying to move our joint through its full range of motion. I'm going to go for 5 full repetitions of this movement. It should feel nice on your shoulders. Then we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to do a cat-cow. We want to think of every segment of the spine as individual, and we're going to try and move from the base. So we start in this nice extended position, pelvis tilted forward, bum in the air, and bend in the back, and then tip the pelvis down. So from the bottom, curving the spine all the way up to the shoulders, into the neck, and rounded at the top. And then we're going to go from the neck. We're going to start bringing the spine upwards, drop the spine between the shoulder blades, then start tilting up the pelvis so you get that anterior tilt. Now we're going to reverse the movement, tuck that pelvis underneath, round the lower spine, press up through the mid-back, and then all the way to the top, push the floor away. Then we're going to bring the head up again, start to drop the spine between the shoulder blades into the lower back, and then tip that pelvis forwards and finish there. Okay, then we're going to come back up to standing. If you need something to support, to hold on to for your ankles, we're going to just bring one foot up, then you're going to point your toe towards the floor, rotate the foot inwards, pull it up towards your shin, rotate outwards, push to the floor as if you're pushing on a pedal, rotate inwards, pull that foot up, rotate outwards, and then reverse. So we're going to rotate inwards, push the pedal down, rotate outwards, pull the foot to the shin, rotate inwards, push the pedal down. Okay, then we're going to go to the other side. So we'll start foot lift up towards the shin, rotate the foot out, hold on to the shin so there's no movement through there, push the pedal down, rotate in, going through this full range of motion, pull the foot up towards the shin, rotate out, push forwards, pedal to the metal, rotate inwards, pull the foot up. Reverse the movement, push the foot to the floor, rotate outwards, pull to the shin, rotate inwards, pedal to the metal, and rotate outwards. Good. Then we're going to do 30 seconds of pedaling out the back legs, warm up the hamstrings and the calves. So I want you to come down to the floor, and you're going to come into this downward dog position. So the hands as close to the feet as possible, and then we're going to hold this position 30 seconds. We're just going to start pedaling out the ankles. So one heel to the floor, then lift, and the other one goes down. Should feel a nice stretch down the back of the calves, down the back of the legs. Try and push the floor away, lift the bum as high as possible, walk the hands towards the feet as close as possible, and then just pedal, pedal, pedal. One heel goes down, the other raises. Keep going for the full 30 seconds, and then come back up to standing. And then the next exercise, we're going to do dynamic quad stretching. So pull one foot to your heel, so it's like so. Pull one, then the other. Just watch your balance. Again, if you need to hold on to something, that's fine. Pull, just getting a nice stretch down the front of the leg, warming up those quads. Probably quite tight. Just keep going, alternating one side to the other. And then we're going to go into our main resistance session. So getting nice mobility work and strengthening the body. Okay, so we're going to do 40 seconds of work and then we're going to do 20 seconds of rest. So we're going to start with lunge and rotations. So you're going to give yourself a nice bit of space in front of you. Before we start, I'll demonstrate the movement as this. Lunge forwards, rotate to the same side as the front leg. So you're going to lunge forward, rotate to the same side, and then we're going to do that 40 seconds, alternating sides. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So lunge, rotate, trying to get a nice stable lunge, knee to the floor, then rotate the chest as far as possible, coming from the mid-back, opening up that thoracic spine. Sitting all day means that we get very stiff in the back, and we want to open up the chest, open up the spine, whilst getting a nice lunge, nice stretch, opening up the hips. So every time we lunge, we're getting a good stretch through that hip flexor and rest. Okay, we've got 20 seconds rest. Then the next exercise I'll demonstrate is going to be on the floor, and it's going to be shoulder plank tap. So a good core exercise. So the start position is wrists under the shoulders, and then we're going to take a little bit wider than hip width stance, and then we're going to start now tapping, alternating one shoulder to the other. You can always go to your knees if being in the high plank position is too challenging for 40 seconds. So just come to the knees, same exercise, just maintaining that nice core stability. If you can stay in that high plank, that's great. Working on shoulder stability, one side to the other, trying to limit the amount of movement from the hips. And we've got 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay, so next exercise is going to be the bird dog, which is a good core stability exercise. On all fours, we're going to extend one arm and the opposite leg. So right arm goes forward, left arm straight out ahead. Okay, we start now. Alternating sides, a little pause at the extension. Again, we're trying to minimize the amount of movement from the hips, rotation in the trunk. We're kind of trying to keep as stable as possible throughout this movement. Really good core stability exercise. Extending the opposite arm and the opposite leg makes you want to tip over, but we're building that core strength by just maintaining the solid position, keeping that trunk nice and stable, and rest. Good. Okay, and then we're going to do the side plank for one side. So we've got two options. First, elbow goes under the shoulder, create a nice straight line from the knees to the hips to the shoulder, and we're going to work in this side plank on the knees. If you feel like a challenge, let's start now. You can go into the full side plank position, and we're going to try and hold that for the full 20 seconds before we swap sides. As I say, if the full plank position is too much, then we can go to knees, swap sides. Up we go. So either knees or the full plank position. And we're going to hold that for the duration. Again, this is really working on core stability, particularly the obliques, the muscles on the side of your stomach, as well as shoulder stability. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, and then final exercise, we're going back into our plank position, and we're going to bring one foot up to the same side of the body into hip rotation. So a nice plank position, bring the feet together, one foot to the same hand on that side, then a rotation back, foot comes up, rotation. If it's finding it difficult to get the rotation, then just bring one foot up into that hip stretch, just alternating one side to the other. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to go through this a similar circuit, slight variations on each exercise. So in 10 seconds, we're going to go reverse lunge and rotation. So rotate to the same side. 3, 2, 1. So reverse lunge, rotate to the same side as the front leg. Back to standing, reverse lunge, rotate to the same side. Reverse lunge, rotate to the same side. Good, and keep alternating. Move through the chest as much as possible. And then down to the floor. Let's keep going. Another 15 seconds. Up. Rotate. Down. Rotate. Let's keep going. We've got 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay, next exercise, we're going to come onto our back. And this is called the dead bug. Arms will go straight up overhead, knees at 90 degrees, lower back connected to the floor, extend one leg and the opposite arm. So we're trying to, again, it's another stability exercise, testing your coordination here. We're just going to try and smoothly move through this opposite arm, opposite leg movement. Keep your knees over your hips if they're not working, arms over your shoulders if they're not working, as the opposite arms extend. So this might take a little bit of getting used to this exercise. Haven't done it before. It's a really good little core exercise. And nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay. Next up, we're going to go into our swimmers. So we're going to be flat down on the floor, face down, arms out in front, big circle, and then handcuffs. Lift the chest off the floor, lower down, big circle, rotating the palms throughout the movement, onto the lower back, into spinal extension, lower down under control, big circle, just opening up the shoulders, down we go. Got 20 seconds, just keep going through nice big circles, keep the arms as high as possible, lift up the chest. Don't work through any pain. If you feel discomfort, work around it and rest. Okay, we've got 2 more exercises and we're going to do squat pulses for 40 seconds. So for this one, got nearly there, still resting. I'll just demonstrate. Just going to hold this low squat position for as long as we can throughout the 40 seconds. Let's go. So just holding that squat, we can just pulse at the bottom of this squat position. Make sure your hips are nice and low. Your feet, your knees are coming out over the middle of the foot. They're not caving in. Just trying to maintain that position. If you need to take a little break, come up. That's okay. Got another 20 seconds. Come back down. Just hold that pulse for as long as you can. Keep the chest up. Hold, hold, hold. And then we're nearly there. 3, 2, 1. And last exercise, back to our side planks. So 20 seconds on each side. Remember, elbow goes under the shoulder. Body in a nice straight line. And you can either be on your knees, like so, or in a full plank. And let's go 20 seconds on each side. I'm going to try and hold this side plank for the full 20 seconds. Just breathing. Keeping my hips as high as possible. Abs engaged. Glutes squeezed. Breathe. And swap sides. So elbow onto shoulder, body in a straight line, and lift. 20 seconds. Really good core stability exercise. Got 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good. Okay, so let's finish with a little stretch. So we're going to come onto one knee and then just move the hips forward, so you should get a good stretch down the front of your back leg. If you want to get a bit more stretch, you can move even further forward. Try and get your knee on the front leg over the toes. Get a stretch down the ankle, down the calf. If you're feeling pain in the front of the ankle, just come out of that, just ease out of that and focus on this back leg. Chest up, squeeze the bum, get a nice stretch down the front of that leg. Swap sides. Same again. Just going to move forward. You should feel a stretch down the front of that leg. My hip flexors, hip extension. We often sit, so this hip flexor area becomes tight and overactive, so we're just deregulating that, allowing it to stretch out. Good. And then finally coming to child's pose. So sit on your heels, reach the arms forwards, just hold for 10 seconds, lengthen out through the spine. Deep breaths, open and closed. Breathe into the belly, and then breathe out. And then walk the hands around to one side to get a good stretch down the lats, down the side of one side of the body. And then walk back all the way to the other side. Couple of big breaths here. And finally come onto your bum. Fingers pointing backwards behind you. And then you're going to elbows stay slightly bent. Shuffle your bum forwards until you get a nice stretch down the front of the chest. Keep your chest up. If you want to, you can extend the hips into that bridge position. Come back down. Just hold that stretch. Slide a little bit further forwards. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And done. Okay, well done. That's your workout for today. Mobility, strength, getting all the joints lubricated, building muscle, building strength, going through full ranges of movement, and you're ready to go about your day. Leave it there. See you next time.